hascyber.
Hello and welcome to hascyber. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to perform forensic analysis on a compromised Windows 10 workstation and also show you the locations where we can find artifacts. So to start with, let's use Autopsy to collect our image. Autopsy. Yeah, now the Autopsy have finished loading. So now let's create a case, a new case, and name our case Windows 10. Let's name it Windows 10 and let's save it in our folder. Click on next. Case number, let's make it 1234. Examiner, the person who is examining this data will be let me put my name. You can fill in the other spaces, which is the phone, email, and the notice, but we will leave it. Then we click on finish. So creating case. Yes, so now let's wait for it so that we can add our data source. Good. So we have various options, but we will prefer we'll be using the local disk. Select the local disk. Let's go to next. Okay, so let's select the drive that we are interested in. Select the drive that we want to take the image of. Then we can leave the rest. So let's go to next. Yes, so the configure ingest models. Okay, so we will need all this, so we can go on next. Yes, so now the data source is being added. Okay, great. So now we can click on finish data source. So we can say view the log. We can also view and see. Can ignore this one. Let's click on finish. Yeah, so now we've used the Autopsy to collect our image data. So now it's time for us to do our analysis. So now we have taken the image from the compromised Windows 10 workstation. So we'll be performing our analysis to find any malicious activities. Okay, so you could see that the activity is still loading. It's still loading the image data. So we can proceed by checking the various locations to find any malicious activity. You can also wait for it to still populating. If you can see, it's still populating. So let's check the files from our image drive. Okay, so you can see that this is the drive C. Yes, let's expand this one. Okay, great. So you could see that this was the drive C. We have the users and the windows. The program files too are here. Okay, so since the Windows workstation was compromised, we'll be interested in looking at the event logs. So we'll go into the system. So let's click on the Windows. So event logs will be located in System32. Okay, so let's check System32. Yeah, so we are in the System32. So let's check the winevt. Yes, so let's check the winevt. Then let's check the logs. Well, so we can see that the logs are being shown here. We are interested in the application logs, the security logs, and then the system logs. So let's go down. Yeah, so you can see we have the security event logs is here. We have the system logs and the application logs. Application logs is also here. So what we'll do is that we will extract all these logs so that we can use the event viewer to peruse these logs. So you can also use the text here. We have the hex and then the text. If you check the security event logs, you can actually see some of the yes, so this is readable that you can go through, but we will copy them. We can save them. We can select all. So we need the security and the system and application. So we right click, then we extract the files, then it will be exported into our folder. Yeah, so let's confirm if we have this one. Let's check export. Yes, so you can see that we have exported the application security and then the system. Great. So our next step is to check this using the event viewer to check what is really inside of these logs. So now let's start with checking the system. Let's double click and check the system. Maximize it and okay, so you can see from the system event logs, wow, so you can see that we can see log clear, which means the logs were cleared and the system logged it. Wow, so this is of interest to us as an analyst. We will put this one down, we will jot this one down. As you can see, the system log file was cleared, as you can see here. If you go to details, log file cleared. Wow. So let's check the other events. So let's check the security logs also. Okay, so this is our event log. So let's check if we can find any user created. Let's use defined and search for event ID 4720. Okay, so I can see one here 4720. Let's go this one and see what happened. Okay, so a user account was created. Let's see the target. So okay, the administrator. Okay, administrator. So we will put this one down. Account was created called administrator. So let's put this one too down, and let's go through and see if we can find any other. 4720. Okay, so a user account was created. Let's check the targets. So we can also see that we have a super user 2 is there, so we also write that one down. So we have seen 2 accounts being created, that is administrator and the super user. Okay, so from here too we can see log clear. Let's check that one too. Okay, so log cleared. So we put that one to down. So let's check the application logs. Our application logs. So in our application logs too, we will try and find if we can see any interesting. Okay, so there's nothing of interest for here. So now another location that it will be of interest is to check the schedule tasks and see if we can see anything interesting there. So let's check the tasks. So okay, so from the tasks we can see update and user feed synchronization. So let's check the updates and see what is inside. We can use the text and let's go through. Okay, so we can see command winevt.bat, so which means that there's a script here that we need to write that one to down for us to do further investigation. So the location is C, so it's located in the drive C. So in the drive C we can go to the drive C here. Okay, so in the hard drive C, we can see that the win update.bat is here, and you can see the attacker IP is here. So win updates, this is the attacker IP, which is a callback, and you can see CMD, which means a command prompt will be open. So we can also extract this this batch file. Let's extract it. Okay, let's confirm if we have it. Okay, so we have it here. So we can use virus total to confirm this batch file. I'm sure it will be related to netcat. Let's confirm and see. Let's upload our file to virus total. Okay, so none of the antivirus engine has detected this, but let's check the details and see what we can also find. Okay, let's see the community. Okay, so so you can see netcat. There's a rule, someone wrote a rule, suspected netcat like CMD. Yeah, so so that is it. So let's go back to our autopsy. Another interesting location that I'll be looking at is the startup folder. So the startup folder is located in the program data, Microsoft Windows, then startup or start menu. Then we go to the programs and we find the startup. So let's search for the startup folder. Program data, Microsoft Windows, start menu, programs, startup. So we can also see that the winupdate.bat file is also here, so which means when the systems come up, it automatically run. As you can see, this is the attacker IP is showed here. So actually this is from our compromised Windows Workstation, and we are analyzing all the files that we found of interest, and also the locations where likely all these things have been hidden. So our next location that we will also like to look at will be the registry keys, and the registry keys are also found in the System32 config. So we will go and extract those files as well, then we will look at it. Yes, so the registry value keys, we can find it in the System32, then the config. So in the registry keys, the ones that we'll be interested in will be the SAM, the software, and the system registry keys. So we would like to extract those ones as well. So the SAM and the software and the system. Let's extract this one. Extracted. So let's confirm if we have those files extracted. Okay, so we have them here, the SAM, the software, and then the system. Great. So our next step is to use a Windows registry recovery tool called Mitec to analyze these registry files. So by doing that, let's use the Mitec. So first of all, let's start with the SAM file. So we'll go to File, Open. So we'll be analyzing the SAM file. Export. So let's start with the SAM file. Yes, so if you can see here, we have a lot of common tasks here. So we will be interested in analyzing the SAM. As you can see, we have the general here, we have the groups. So let's check the users. So from here you can see we have two administrator accounts, and we know that the default administrator account SID ends with 500. But when we check the other one, it's ending with 1003, which means this is very suspicious, which means the attacker created another account called administrator from the previous section that we saw, that account created, users account created administrator. So you can see from here, you can see a user was created called a user account was created called administrator, and the SID which ends with 1003. You can see from here. Let's compare it with our groups and users. As you can see, we have the 1003. So there was also an account called the super user. The super user account was also created. As you can see, a user account was created, and it was called super user with an SID of 1002. So you can see the 1002 also here, which conform with the one that's in the security event logs. Also, let's keep in mind that for the guest SID, we know that it is always, the default is 501. So which means this one is the default 501. So from our analysis, we found out that we have two administrator accounts. The first one is the default, which is having the SID of 500, and the attacker created another administrator account with an SID of 1003. Another user account was created, which was super user, with an SID of 1002. So these two accounts are very suspicious, and we can confirm that it was created by the attacker. We also use the tool Mitec to analyze the software Hive. So we will close this one. So we'll be analyzing the software key also. Let's go for the software, and let's check the Windows installation date. When you come to the installation, Windows installation, yes, so we can see here you can get details of the Windows. We can also check the startup applications to know the applications which automatically start up. So the next file to check is the system file. So now let's check the system file. System, and for the system, let's check of services. So here you can see all the services that was running on the compromised Windows and the drivers. You can also check the network configuration. So when you check the network configuration, you can see that the IP, you can see the IP here, the IP, which is the compromised Windows 10 workstation IP. So in this episode, we were able to find the locations of forensic artifacts on a compromised Windows 10 workstation. Thank you.